I mean, I would suggest doing your homework, making sure you're knowledgeable about a company you're trying to apply for a position at. Um, I think staying positive is really important these days, and we often get caught up in a lot of the negativity and sort of the challenges that are facing our local, our regional, and really our kind of national level. So, man, you got to keep a smile on your face.
All right, we're at the NGIS Conference in Reno, and I'm talking to Dave Rios from NCE. Looking to find out what you like about GIS, what interests you about it as a general concept, and all the things.
Yeah, I mean, GIS to me kind of permeates a lot of industries. As an environmental consultant, we use GIS a lot in our work. But yeah, I mean, what's neat about GIS is it's applicable to the medical field, to the mining industry, to transportation. And I think it's a tool that, unless you're a professional kind of in the field, it may not be kind of known as one of the tools. But yeah, it's so ubiquitous these days, making maps, building maps, and figuring out how to translate that data into the public eye.
So you kind of touched on it, but you, as an environmental consultant, it comes up. So how does it come up? What roles does it play in that process that as you're performing services?
Sure. Yeah, well, there's an abundance of resource data that our specialists need in order to do our work. Everything from aquatic to biological to cultural. And all that data is housed in a variety of areas, including within our organization. So just managing that data, keeping track of it, making sure it's updated, and also making sure it's accessible for our team is really important in the work we do, whether it's building maps, doing analysis, exploring conflicts between existing information and proposed improvement projects. So yeah, it really kind of permeates everything we do.
Okay, yeah, it has a lot of applications, and it was represented apparently in a lot of ways in your work. So aside from talking about your work with NCE here at this conference, what else do you have going on this month that's actively kind of got you engaged on, maybe it's GIS related, maybe GIS is involved with it, but what's on your kind of busy schedule for this month?
This outside of work, this month is a lot of sports for my kids.
Oh, yeah.
My son is a soccer player, so we're doing a lot of soccer games and soccer tournaments. Coaching his team is kind of like the other full-time job, it feels like. But yeah, aside from that, it's recreation. It's a beautiful time in Tahoe, the fall season, the shoulder season, before it gets really busy, before the winter hits. Yeah, a lot of house maintenance that needs to get done before we get buried in snow. Sure is at top of mind.
Living life. And then in regards to work, what is something that either you or your team, maybe it's an active project that whatever you are able to talk about, right? Even in a summary term.
Well, I mean, trails is a big focus for our environmental group, and sort of building on what we presented here at the conference. There's a lot of interest to support our clients with putting grant applications together. A lot of these kind of bootstrap trail organizations are volunteer driven. They don't have a lot of money. And I think the efforts that our team can put into helping them get these applications in, get their planning grants, get their construction grants going, really sets them up and potentially our firm up for future work in the spring and next year.
Okay. And so as you're helping these communities and you've got processes to help connect them with funding, it sounds like, which is really excellent. What are some technical challenges that your team faces, like on an ongoing basis, that it regularly arises as some kind of a dilemma?
Well, the regulations certainly come up multiple times throughout the year. Some regulations are pretty nuanced and open to interpretation. So staff changes at agencies can often shed new light on a particular area of a regulation. So yeah, we need to stay nimble and be familiar with current regs and current interpretations. So yeah, the regulatory environment certainly keeps us on our toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that might lead in the next question, which is things that you love about your day-to-day work experience, and things that if they were improved, it might add a modicum of happiness to your days.
I think what brings me to work every day is our team. We have a pretty thorough hiring process.
Okay.
And I would say getting in the door at NCE is not the easiest thing, but once you're in, I'd like to think that our staff stay around because they enjoy the work we do. They enjoy the teams they're working on. In terms of challenges, it's really finding talent. It's finding those folks with the expertise and the knowledge and experience that we need to service our clients. It's a tough hiring environment right now, so that's certainly top of mind.
You have a high bar when it comes to people that you want to incorporate into these lifelong relationships that NCE sounds like they want to develop with people, as well as they need to be extremely talented, to be able to deliver products. So, well, that's a good problem to have, really. True. So, I mean, it sounds like you're in a really great spot. As far as these new applications that are coming through, or just in general out there in the world, I'm sure you've had other professional experiences. Do you have advice for people who've been professional for a long time, current colleagues, veterans, novices, students, people who could use, if you had 2 cents that you could put in someone's brain that you think would help them or help them in terms of working with you, what would you offer them for advice?
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest doing your homework, making sure you're knowledgeable about a company you're trying to apply for a position at. I think staying positive is really important these days, and we often get caught up in a lot of the negativity and sort of the challenges that are facing our local, our regional, and really our kind of national level. So, man, you got to keep a smile on your face. You're just going to crush yourself if you don't.
Awesome. Well, I mean, yeah, it sounds like you've managed to embed that into some kind of a company culture too. So, congratulations on that. Is there anything else that you want to share about GIS or anything? Period.
No, I don't think so. I appreciate you guys being here and taking the time to chat.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thanks so much, Dave.
Thank you.